As Southern rock grew, Christian artists rose up within the subgenre, filling its lyrics with themes of hope, joy, and redemption through faith in Jesus Christ. Christian Southern rock has become a powerful mission tool, resonating with people who might never set foot in a church, but they'll crank up and jam out to a killer Southern rock jam. Christian Southern rock features stories of struggle, redemption, and victory. Just like blues and Southern rock always have to some extent, but Christian Southern rock always has that ever-present reminder that it's through Christ that we experience true freedom, true deliverance, true victory. David Crowder's kind of like the wild innovator of Christian Southern rock. I found this quote about Crowder that I just think is awesome. Listen to this. Crowder takes Southern rock, bluegrass, folk, and electronic sounds and mashes it all together for an absolutely wild, worshipful ride.
Well, I didn't intend to do this at all. I kind of snuck in. I just was trying to help at a church. And all of it has come from trying to just be useful and help at the church. And so, I didn't have dreams that involved any of this stuff. I remember the first time I got to play at the Opry, when the Opry calls, and it's like, oh my gosh, Grand Ole Opry just asked me to play the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah. And there is not a molecule in my body that even had a dream of such a thing. It's just like, that's just like that's not in my purview.
Before he was a Christian artist, Zach Williams was in a full-blown Southern rock band. He was on tour in Europe, partying hard, living the full-blown rock star lifestyle. You've been hearing the same old voice, the same old lies. But one day, in a quiet moment on the bus, he heard the song Redeemed by Big Daddy Weave on the radio. It absolutely wrecked him. Right there, God got a hold of his heart.
Tell people what happened, because you're on the road, you're in a secular band, right?
Yep.
So you're doing the music thing, you're doing the party thing, and God steps in.
Yeah, my wife and me had kind of had this moment before the tour started in 2012, and she said, if you can't make some changes for your family, like, we can't stick around. She said, it's not looking good, and I knew enough about the Lord, being raised in church. I knew God was real. Obviously I had my own questions and wondered if he could save me, and if I could be forgiven for some of the things that I'd done. And I just said, God, if you're real and who you say you are, prove it. And if you prove it to me, I'll walk away from everything that's going on in my life. And we were in Europe about 2 weeks into this tour, and I was staring out the window of a bus one day, driving down the highway in Spain, and a guy was scanning radio stations driving our bus, and I hear a song by Big Daddy Weave called Redeemed that came across the radio, and the song just hit me. And I, in that moment, just realized all these years in church, I had missed. I'd missed it. I had this idea growing up as a kid that I thought God kind of, sit with his arms crossed on his throne, just kind of shaking his head and looking at everything I did wrong. And, I realized in that moment that he sees me in a way that I'll never see myself. And I remember calling my wife and saying, you're not going to believe this, but I'm done. And when I came home from that tour, I gave my life to the Lord in the closet of in the floor of our closet in our house on June 10th of 2012.
Zach seamlessly blends Southern rock, blues, and country with faith. Songs like Chainbreaker speak straight to the heart. And finally, let me introduce you to Van Zant. Donnie and Johnny Van Zant. If those names sound familiar, it's probably because these guys are from the legendary Lynyrd Skynyrd 38 Special family. In a sense, they were kind of born into Southern rock royalty. Johnny and Donnie Van Zant have long carried the legacy of Lynyrd Skynyrd and 38 Special, blending gritty guitars with heartfelt storytelling. But in 2024, they turned their focus literally upward with their release, Always Look Up, an album that reflects their deep-rooted faith in and journey with Jesus Christ. After years of making music that resonated with the working-class spirit, the Van Zant brothers felt a strong pull to create something even more meaningful. An album that not only rocked, but that pointed people to Jesus.
We were just so crazy, and to step into this gospel thing, it was something that we really, really wanted to do. Our dad should have been a preacher, because he used to preach to us all the time. And, it's just been near and dear to our hearts to be able to step in.
Jay, it was on our bucket list of things to do. We couldn't think of a better project than maybe, bringing someone to Jesus Christ, you know. So
Yeah.
it was very special for us.
Yeah, it's panned out for us, and it's a dream come true for us. We are true believers in the Lord Jesus Christ. We're all sinners, Jay, but you know what? We believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
Always Look Up is a collection of songs of faith, perseverance, and worship, infused from start to finish with the signature Southern rock sound that they're famous for. With every track, the Van Zant brothers remind us that no matter how tough life gets, the answer is always the same. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Always look up.
I speak his name, he is always there.
Crowder, Zach Williams, and Van Zant are proof that you can stomp your foot, slap your knee, and rock out for Jesus at the same time. Hey friend, if the channel's a blessing to you and you'd like to support my work, consider buying me a cup of coffee. The link's in the description below. I really appreciate it. In the meantime, as the Van Zant brothers say, always look up. Keep your eyes on Jesus.